I want to start this podcast with a question. And I want to know, what motel did you snip the drapes from to make those shorts? Huh?
I'm not mad at him, Will. I'm not mad at him at all. Those are some nice.
It's got the biggest legs and the biggest calves.
The biggest legs I've ever seen in my life.
Well, it's like I always say with regard to fashion, never be afraid to introduce color.
I like where your head's at. Will.
Yeah.
Now, sure, the season's a turning, and you decide to bust out the shorts now.
Yeah.
But
well, in my native Canada, it is, of course, Finter. It's a cross between fall and winter. And
Finter.
And
you'll wear shorts in Finter, won't you?
I wore shorts growing up all year round. I would walk to school in shorts in February. I'll fucking swim in February.
Okay.
I'll kick your fucking head in February. I'll take you to Saskatchewan and grind your face along the glassy, frozen grass.
Hey, what the fuck are you so aggressive for?
Have you ever played full contact football in the winter in Canada on grass?
The cold cuts right through me, and I don't do well with contact sports with big guys.
Yeah, it's like that Annie Lennox song, "Walking on Broken Glass." What's going on?
What's up,
going
man?
on today, guys? What's up?
You haven't looked us in the eye once, dude. What's up, man?
I think last time you were in here, Will, you guys did a 10-minute podcast reunion.
We did.
I was gone.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't seen you in 7 years.
Dude, I haven't seen you since the 90s. I don't think.
Since the 90s.
Yeah. When we didn't have this whole PC thing, am I right? Say the C word.
No.
Say the C word on your podcast.
No, I mean, I will.
Ruin everything. Come on, ruin everything.
It only works if you say cunt. It only works if you say cunt.
Actually, outside of any British person, I love the way you say it.
Thank you.
You're the best at saying it.
Because I say it aggressively?
No, because you go...
The British can get away with it, right?
They can say anything.
Yeah.
They use...
The F word.
The F word to describe cigarettes. And we're not saying...
See, I grew up around that. My grandma, family's English. My grandma would say the F word. So when people take offense to it now, I'm like, well...
Yeah.
Hey, how come we're afraid to say the word when there's no cruel intent behind it? Does intent matter?
I just don't like saying it at all. I don't want someone to be like, come on.
Yeah, words carry power, you fucking cunt.
Okay.
See?
I'm not one of those.
But you got a little uncomfortable. You made one of these.
Hey, everyone got quiet in the room.
Yeah. But
everyone got quiet except for this.
Yeah, but those are fighting words from where I come from. Where I don't come from.
Okay, but wait, listen to this.
Where I don't come from in Sicily, those are fighting words.
You're not from Sicily. You were born on a ship somewhere. But
we have no idea.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why there's a problem with what you're saying, because I'm sitting here and I'm breathing totally normally, and I'm not feeling intimidated at all, as a matter of fact. And the reason for that is when I called you that horrible word, you went...
All right, man. You know what?
You've already shown your cards.
No, I'm just not in the fight mode right now. But where I don't come from, I don't. I have my. Everybody has their line, and if you cross it, they say every man has a line.
Yeah.
For most men, it's the front door of their house. Me, line goes a little further than my front door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, there's just certain things that I would like. If I had to fight you, I'd lose quickly. But there's certain things.
So the line's a little bit further back for me and Will.
Yeah, but just know that even though I'd lose quickly with you, I'd meet you halfway if I had to. If you crossed a certain line. You understand what I'm
fuck?
saying?
Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
You ever seen the big guy when he fights that guy and just takes his head and goes, Koosh! That's what Will would do to you, and I'd pay Will.
Yeah.
I'd pay hard, cold cash if you could do that to Brian.
What the fuck?
I don't know if that's something you're into.
Do you think you could squeeze my
film
head?
it
Until
I died?
100%.
Until it snapped like a fucking, like me trying to open a walnut like a jar of marmalade.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much. It might take me a while,
Yeah.
but if I really lean on it
Yeah.
and get my body
All
in
your
it,
weight, bro.
You're going to fall unconscious at some point in the first 30 seconds. So I don't have to worry about you squirming
From just
around.
head pressure?
Just head pressure. The palms of my hands, the heels of my hands on your temple. You're gonna.
I will say this. I will say...
One of those deep knockout snores. one of those ugly fucking. Oh man, he's been sleeping. Has he been sleeping for 16 hours? Or is that a hyena trying to choke out a wild boar? Is that a trucker trying to clear his throat?
Well, this is what I would do if you did that to me.
What?
I would probably not die. I would make a recovery. I would then find a way to work my way up the penal system as an administrator until I became a warden.
And sue the shit out of him?
Nope. I'd become a warden of a prison. Then I would frame you in the place that I was the warden. You would go to jail.
No.
Now listen.
Yeah.
And then I'd have you walked out. I'd have a couple of sadistic guards.
Okay.
We'd walk you out and tie you to a post.
Run a train on him.
Nope.
I know where you're going.
No. No, sir. No,
Why are you so shocked?
I'd have to find guys to run a train on him, and he's a good-looking man, but not to other men. You know what I mean?
That's true. That is true.
In prison, he is a delight.
I don't agree with that.
This is a handsome big dude.
Okay, but I don't want to run a train on him because I'd have to organize that, and I can't find. There are only so many chins out there that that are in jail.
Well, no, he's not black,
right? So
I was always upset at the amount, small amount of gay men who would have a crush on me when I used to work out at Gold's Hollywood, and a friend of mine,
because you're a bear,
would say every once in a while, he would say, I know someone who has a crush on you. And I'd say, oh, who? And then he'd say, that guy over there. And I'd be like, I'm out of his fucking league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're better.
It wasn't very often.
Yeah.
I would be like, I want more gay attention. Well, anyway, what were you talking about?
Hurt your feelings.
I was doing tricep pull downs at Gold's Gym right on Cole. And a guy got behind me. I didn't even know, and goes, get your hips under you there. And he bumped my knees with his knees and started. He goes, and get those elbows in. I didn't know him, and he was behind me, and he was spotting
was rubbing on your rumpy rump.
I left immediately after that set. I ran away after that set.
I had a gay guy come up to me and go, dude, you want to get a juice?
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Nope, sure don't, man. All set on juice.
I know what you probably went, nah, I'm good, man.
No, I went, nah, I'm all set, man.
Now, I brought that up to prove a point.
Yeah.
How easy it is to get you off of your point.
No, I appreciate that.
Because all I got to talk about is going to the gym and a guy.
Well, I don't want so barring going to Gold's and finding a couple of those scrubs who would actually train you, instead of that, I would have these two sadistic guards walk you out, tie you to a post, and I'd take a wet rope. I'd soak a rope overnight, a thick, coarse rope.
In oil?
No, it'd have to be water, and I'd tie that rope around your head.
Okay.
It'd be a band around your head. And what happens in the sun is that rope would then start.
Tighten.
It'd start to dry. And as it dries, it would tighten ever so slowly.
Is this the plot of Passion of Christ?
Well, it may as well be because there's nothing more painful and it would drive you mad.
It would be slowly tightening
and
on
I
my
would
head?
watch you from the window.
Take about 7 years, but yeah,
as I sip
it could
tea
be one way.
No,
to
it
do
doesn't take too long.
Take a while.
It's a famous torture.
Well, I'll tell you what would take a while. Because everyone's going to find out about this because we're going to sell tickets and we're going to have a pay-per-view. It's going to be the first Fighter and the Kid pay-per-view. You're venturing into new lands and you want to make some real fucking money.
Yeah,
Correct.
I do.
Yeah, we're going to do a pay-per-view and it's going to be you and me, and we're going to incorporate a little of the wrestling sports entertainment thing. We're going to say that it's a no disqualification match, right? But MMA rules, no disqualification and submission or knockout only.
Okay.
And then you're going to come at me with whatever. What's it going to be? Yeah, I'm going to shuck and I got considerable power
kicks or whatever.
I'd probably throw kicks and punches at you because I don't want to get in.
Right,
into
and I'm
going
to swat those away and bat my eyes, and it's not going to be fun to watch. Right on TV, you're going to be like, he's never fought. What the fuck? I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Which is going to be even more embarrassing when I actually do get a hold of you and just kick your legs out from under you, and then I start the Game
Applying
of Thrones.
the pressure. Bring that up, Chin. That Game of Thrones scene. What's the guy's name?
The Mountain.
And then everyone's going to
kills
go.
Man with hands.
People are going to go get popcorn and hot dogs because it's going to take about 4 hours of me just going. And again, you're out cold in the first 30 seconds, and then at around the 4 hour mark, you're just going to hear, and then your head's
going to get views though.
Collapse in.
This guy on the top kills one of the Faith militant members.
No, it would
right
be.
there.
It's the second one
Red
down.
Viper versus the Mountain.
Red one?
Yeah. That's it.
This
Here it
is
is.
exactly how I picture.
This is the way it's gonna
now
happen.
you got to fast forward because we're showing the whole scene here.
We're even going to do it like outdoors like this.
Keep
We're going to do
going.
it at the Greek Theater here in LA.
yeah, I'm gonna sit on top, and then I'm also gonna rent a small person to kind of play this part.
You know, when it comes
Brendan's
to
going to sit there like the emperor.
Yes.
And just do the thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yes.
when it comes to sword play,
There we
size
go.
doesn't much matter, does it?
You'd be surprised.
Size of the sword matters.
So there's Brian with that shitty bowl cut.
Oh no!
And then here's Will. Boom. There goes all your teeth. And then here's Will.
And this will take 4 hours. But imagine this for 4 hours. I got to watch this show.
Now here's Will doing this and dead.
Oh!
And dead. Game of Thrones style, Will Sasso, Brian Callen.
Oh no!
That's going to sell pay-per-views, Will. So I need you to start working on your
then,
grip.
and then he died, though. And then he died. I love that guy.
Your way it's
See, I'm the old rich dude. That's
love
me.
the old
That's
rich
me
guy.
right there. And then we'll rent the small guy I'll find.
And you'd rock that outfit, too.
Yes.
You get that fucking
Yes,
full
what was that,
length.
John Varvatos? Then we'll hire just some dime piece. Yes.
I love her.
Look at that quilted, what is that, quilted armor?
Man.
Yeah.
See, that's what I want to happen
swim.
to you, B.
Well,
You cool with that, bro?
I'm not cool with having my head.
You're going to have to fill out some papers
Game
before
of
we
Thrones.
start. I'll tell you that right now. You might want to get your issues in order.
I'm not filling
You might
out
want to
any
get your
papers.
banking in order. You might want to You might want to get that will going.
No, I'm not
For the
doing any of
kids.
that.
Something to think about, though, bro.
Something to think about.
Have you ever had?
Hey, something to think about, though.
Have you ever had a guy get your fingers out of my face? I had a man who was my friend who basically.
This is the beginning of every Brian Callen story.
I have a friend.
I have a guy who's my friend. Okay.
No, Lucian Holt.
Story
Lucian Holt.
2,521.
By friend, he means he's met him 3 times. Carry on.
Lucian Holt, who managed the comic,
heard of that person
comic
before?
strip in New York City,
Okay.
who was a wonderful man, gave me my first stage time,
Never
and I was
heard of
very
it.
close to him. And he had a terrible disease called scleroderma, and he was dying. And he said to me, I was in a position, and he said, "Well," I said, "No." I said, "He goes, I don't have much time, because we went out for lobster." And I went, "Oh," and he said. I said, "No, you never said know that." And he said, "Well,
What'd you
my
guys
doc,
eat?
no."
What
He
were you
goes,
guys
"I know,
eating,
my
though?
doctor."
Oh, I need to know. Wait.
We were eating lobster.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
good. Oh, good.
Good.
Well, the
detail.
reason,
Go on.
the
Yeah.
reason I say that is because he was a peculiar man who said, "I was always a tail."
Thank you. Yes.
That knocked the fuck out snore. Okay, so I'm sorry. Scleroderma,
Lobster
this
with
poor
this
gentleman.
He doesn't
And
have
he
much
said-
time.
he said
And
he made-
"You only
Dishonoring
live
his
once."
memory by talking about what the fuck he ordered.
Okay, but he was a peculiar
Speak
man.
some
He said, "I've always been a lobster. I've always been a tail man. Now I'm a claw man." I thought that was interesting. I said, "Okay."
Not
and then
really.
he said, "My doctor told me to get my things in order."
Okay, now we're cooking.
Yep.
Now you're
Now we're
getting
cooking
there.
with gas.
Now we're doing it. Now you're telling a story.
And I didn't know what to say. And I said, "Here's this man dying." And I lamely said, doctors are wrong all the time.
Oh, geez.
And he said, "Not in this case."
Oh,
And I went, "Oof." And there was this, yeah.
It must have been bad then.
That's
It
rough.
was. And then he died. He died a month.
Will, do you have any friends who died recently? Can you tell us about?
Yeah. And he-
Let me see if I can get the humor going
Let me
on
go
this
the old
podcast.
Rolodex.
I don't know what to do in those situations.
No,
With death?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you say?
No, you just.
You send them that fucking Hallmark card that says "Hang in there" and never stop fighting. It shows the frog choking out the seagull. You seen that?
No.
They love that, dude.
My dad.
You never seen that?
They love that.
My-
Anyone who's dealing with death, they love that, dude.
Never stop fighting. It shows a frog in the mouth and he's choking him out.
My father had the best. My father, I call my dad, my buddies, unfortunately died of pancreatic cancer. But when he had it, I call my father. My father's friend is an expert. I say, "My buddy's got pancreatic cancer, and I know your friend is an expert." And my father said, "Oh, he just found out." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Well," and I said, "But he's got about 2 years." And my father said, "No, he doesn't have 2 years. He's got months." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Maybe 3 months tops." And I said, "No, because the
dad's like
doctor," and he
Rain
goes,
Man.
"Stop." He goes, "Stop. He's got, I'm just telling you, if they found it, it's blah, blah, blah." I said,
Yeesh.
"Oh, okay." And I go, "Well, that seems kind of harsh." And I was calling him trying to get some good news. And he goes, "No, you got to say bye now." and then he hit me with
God,
this.
Pop.
And he was right. He was right. Died 2 months later.
Really?
Yeah. And he hit me with this, though. He goes, He goes, I hate to be insensitive. It's just that I'm reading about World War II and the battle of and he goes through the battle where like literally,
he wasn't having it.
Literally in a day, like 100,000 young men fell.
Sure.
And I was like, well, that puts things in perspective.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I got to get out of here.
Yeah. The frogs versus the seagulls.
The frog. You've never seen that either?
I thought you were joking right now.
I swear to God. You've never seen that card? It's a famous. When I was a kid, it was a poster. It was like, never give up. And it shows a frog getting eaten by like a giant pelican. Frog seagull cartoon picture. Never quit. Never give up. Yeah, come on.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what you say to
the
dying
frog
people.
The frog is choking the seagull while the seagull's trying to eat the frog.
That's good.
This is a metaphor. So that seagull, that's life. That's death.
I'm getting that.
Your friend dying of
Yeah.
AIDS or whatever, he's the frog choking the seagull out.
Now that exact design there with the clip art and how shitty it looks, I'm getting it tattooed on my chest.
Do it, Will.
Because I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Never give up, fellas.
And I want it.
And that's why I brought you here.
And I'm going to...
Never give up.
Never give up. And I would like to ask now for your audience to let me know because I want it done free. So if you've never done a tattoo before, allow my chest to be your canvas.
Okay, that's not a good idea, Will.
That'd be sick.
This is how you move. This is how you do the internet. This is how you do the new media.
Get the likes,
bro. You got to involve
bro.
everybody. You got to get the likes.
Do it for the gram, bro.
Do it for the gram, bro.
Do it for the gram, bro.
Do it for the gram.
Brian's Instagram is the only Instagram that is a full-length television show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do we got? 1 minute? Here's 1 minute.
All right, dude.
And didn't Dalia talk about this? That it was did he fill in a minute?
I haven't heard it. But
I had to do that one where he just sent me that hilarious.
I didn't fucking see it. Shut the fuck up. I'm referencing Chris, who we know and your audience knows, of course. Not a specific Instagram.
Have you seen this one?
Yeah, I've seen all those.
No, the last one. Boy, I look more and more like
This one?
My nose seems to
you're getting older, Bubba.
Well, it's getting very big.
You're getting older, Bubba. Getting older,
That's
Bubba.
an old man right there.
Your hair's the frog and life's the pelican.
If Instagram increased it to 2.5 minutes, your videos would be 2.5.
You do 13 minutes.
He would do 13 minutes. He would just talk until, and it's like, and now I'm heading over to, and that's how they stop.
Yeah.
Because he's just talking until
going.
it ends. You're the only person who also uses the camera in it and just records right on the app and then send. Like
there's no editing.
No, there's no like recording
Bro,
on the
I'm on
camera.
2 TV shows. I don't
There's
have
no
time.
2 takes. It's just the one take.
He opens Instagram.
No, come on, man.
He
That's not
talks
true.
into it
No, you're
for a
being
minute,
unfair.
and then he hits send.
You're being unfair. My eyes. I got to get my eyes pulled up a little bit.
Yeah, I would like to watch that.
You have some eyeballs.
I mean,
I'm not mad at your eyebrows, though, bro. It's the one thing that's fucking thriving.
I'd like to watch this one and talk about what sort of plastic surgery you should get.
Okay.
What?
Tighten my. Got a long day of shooting, and this is what I get from Crystal Lee on a Monday.
Hey, bro. I got a question for you, dude. Do you have a number for a back doctor? I'm getting scoliosis because my knot's too thick, you know what I mean? When I fucking sit on my wallet, my knot is too thick. I tried getting smaller, larger bills, rather. I tried doing hundreds instead of 20s and 5s and shit, so my knot would get fucking...
He's wearing those glasses on purpose.
Yep.
I'm not mad at
them
them.
to start making $1,000 bills, and they're not going to do that anytime soon. So, also, I would put my wallet in the front pocket.
Here it comes.
Like, say, do that.
Here it comes.
But my cock is eating up too much real estate there. So I'm in a bind, man. I was just wondering if you knew
I'm in a bind.
back doctor, and you
I don't
probably
need this.
do, man, because you're fucking 80. Let me know, man.
Let me know, man.
Because you're fucking.
Let me know, man.
Hey. My cock is eating up too much real estate should be his next T-shirt, by the way.
That should be the name of his special.
My cock is eating up too much real
Can't
estate.
use my front pockets because my cock is
Let's call his next special Knots.
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 My knot.
I would start with an eye lift.
Okay.
And then there's a problem area right around the jowls there.
Well,
And then I would pin those ears back a bit.
what?
And then I would definitely Botox the fuck out of that river-like crease.
Yeah, Botox.
right
I'm
next
with
to
the
your right
Botox.
brow.
It wouldn't kill you. You a little bit of a nose job.
Yeah.
A little nip tuck on that. in that
You've never
beak.
taken a punch to the face, and yet you
Yes,
have
I
a boxer's
have.
nose.
Yeah.
I'd replace your lips completely.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'd put some
How?
fillers in
Yeah.
there.
And let's go ahead and bring that hairline down and even it out.
Dude,
And then,
looks are
and
not
then I'd
everything.
fill out this part here.
No, look, I'm
Talking
not
about
looking
his,
good
like,
lately because I have
jowls?
to shave.
jowls.
The
I'm
jowls.
working late.
Yeah. You go
Now, are you morphing into a bloodhound? Is that what's happening?
I'm not happy with how oblong my face has become, I'll be honest, and I understand.
Now, do you own a bloodhound?
No, I don't.
Because they say you start to turn into your dog.
start to look like your dog.
Well,
You look like a damn good bloodhound,
I own
sir.
a corgi and a shepherd. My face is becoming very pointy. I'm full of points.
I wouldn't call that pointy. I'd
I
say
wouldn't call that-
droopy, like a bloodhound.
Your face.
I'm not
grows-
mad at it, though.
Your face grows like a root vegetable.
No, no.
It's got lines and it takes its own. It just sort of follows the soil.
No, I feel
and
like
it
I
goes
have character to my face. It's a distinguished face.
more like character. Root vegetable. I love puns. I love doing comedy on your podcast and sharing some puns.
All right, dude. We're wearing a similar outer layer. Which
Yeah,
is
we're
great.
wearing.
You guys
some
both have jackets
Hey,
on.
what's up with your shoes? What is that? Did the male cheerleaders at Super Bowl IV wear those?
Fuck off.
Look at that. Those are the Dallas Cowboy, the boosters, the guys who would chuck the girls up in the air
are golden
that
goose.
they had in the NFL up until Super Bowl IV when they realized, hey, no one wants to see these guys toss girls in the air. Just have the girls dance around in pom-poms.
Well, how do you feel
So,
about-
sorry, Brian, you're fired. Well, can I keep my shoes from Super Bowl IV?
Fuck off, dude. These are expensive.
Those are Dallas Cowboys.
Roger Starbucks.
Look at how old they
no,
look, too.
these are Italian
man.
made by a husband
Those
and
are
wife
not.
team
Those
called
are
Golden Goose.
Those were made in Austin, Texas, in 1969
No, do you-
because you
no.
wore them at Super Bowl IV.
No. Do you
When you
feel-
were tossing girls in the air and holding their foot and putting your other hand on their fanny, and they go, "Yay, rah rah, sis, boom ba," and you kept.
I
those
didn't
shoes.
cheerlead, all right? I was an athlete. Let me ask you this. How do you feel about men now cheerleading?
LA Rams, bring them up,
LA Rams.
Jen. LA
Yeah.
Rams have two. Have you seen these boys dance?
I haven't.
They can dance
I bet they
the night
can.
away.
Really?
I do like. I will say this: if we're gonna go, if everything, if there's no fucking rules anymore, and everybody's just men are women, women are men, and there's whatever, like all the fucking PC shit that's going on, right? I
the
guess that's
third one
PC. I don't know.
I don't think that's
I
what
will
I'm
say
watching.
this: don't make them dance differently than the girls. You want in on this? Let's fucking do it.
I agree.
And as a matter of fact, this to me is sexist. You really want to fucking go there? Make them wear the same shit.
I agree.
Don't be like,
What are they wearing?
men are doing it too because it's everyone's the same, and then make them wear their own shit.
Very grateful, excited. Very excited.
That's them.
Ready for this journey? I don't know.
They're not gay at all.
I can tell just by listening to them that they're fucking incredible dancers.
Quentin Perrone and Napoleon Ginny.
They probably.
His name is Napoleon. He can fucking break it down.
Rams cheerleading squad.
I like it. I bet they can. They can dance.
Even though they're classically trained
I bet you will suck the skin off your dick.
I don't. I'm only looking at dancers, bro.
2 rounds of preliminary
I'm only. Look at her.
an interview,
Wow.
3 rehearsals, and then the final audition. Only 40 people would make the cut, and these men knew they had to.
What are they wearing? Do we know what they wear at the games? Because there's been several games now, 6 games.
That's a lot.
I saw the
Go,
clip
get
I
out
saw
of here.
that-
I saw a clip. Chin, go back. There's an actual one of them dancing. I think.
Oh, there we are. Is that one?
There we go.
First time.
But making all-female squad.
That looks like practice still.
The line in the
Their outfits are some bullshit.
Oh, there we are. Yeah, see, no, you got to wear the same shit.
I agree, man.
And you have to adjust. So he should just
Oh,
be
here
in
we
white.
go. Who are these
The
ladies?
one on the left's hot.
cheerleaders claim they endured brutal working conditions.
Yeah, did you hear about this?
We were bullied and we were body shamed for
They had different rules.
$5 an hour.
And
Yeah.
former
You haven't heard about this?
Dolphins
Cheerleaders make
claim she was
zero money.
discriminated against
$100 a
based
game.
on her religion. Others are fighting double standards tied to their weight and wardrobe.
I felt humiliated.
Okay, well now this is a different story now. Now we're not. This has nothing to do with that.
I forget what team it was. Was it the Redskins? Where the girls they were forced to go to this thing and take their tops off? Like it was some sketchy shit.
Yeah, I don't remember the team, but they had these guidelines.
Is it the Redskins,
like,
Chin?
you
Look it
cannot
up. You cheerleader.
You become a cheerleader for the prestige, right? Not for the money.
Yeah, the prestige.
But $100 a game, and they practice like 20, 30
But the
hours a
NFL doesn't
week.
make enough money to pay them. They're
Yeah,
poor.
they're poor. They're poor.
Roger Goodell.
Yeah, there it
what
is.
did Roger Goodell make? Like $60 million or something a year?
Topless photo shoot on Easy Night Out.
You know, they had these guidelines. I don't know if it was the Skins, but the cheerleaders had these guidelines to where they're not allowed to fraternize with players, but players don't have those guidelines. So basically, what you had happening was the players could, hit on the girls all night long, but the girls would have to leave the restaurant, leave the situation, the responsibility, which was all on them, and that's unfair. But what is fair is for the male cheerleaders to have to wear exactly what the female cheerleaders are wearing. Now, I'm not expecting a man to wear the bra top thing. That's silly.
Should he be shirtless?
Yeah, shirtless.
And then have
the
a
shorts.
dress on and his nuts just flying out the front?
He's that guy's in fucking incredible shape, and he can just wear shorts. Why is he even in long pants?
Yeah, why is he in long pants? Why isn't he in Daisy Dukes?
If I'm at a game and the cheerleaders come out and I'm watching, oh look, she's lovely, and if you're on the other side of the fence and you're watching this guy, I wouldn't want to see him
guarantee
fully
it's because if the average bro who sees that wants him in long pants.
But that's not what we're saying here.
The
We're
average
saying
bro doesn't want a male cheerleader.
That's
So if you're
sexist.
going to go down that road,
That's
yeah,
what
I
I'm
agree.
saying. If we're doing it, let's do it.
Yeah, do it.
You got to go all in, dude.
There you go.
Now, there's only 2, right? There's no more, Chin?
2. It says 2 first.
Rams the
First
best team
ever.
in football.
There's 4. I thought there was 4 altogether. 2. There's 1 on the Saints.
Is there?
1 on another team and 2 on the Rams.
How many? Just Google how many
many
fucking male cheerleaders are there in the NFL.
Cracks me up. There seems to be a whole bunch of I don't know.
Spelled cheerleaders. On
I know. It's typing.
There's no E after R. Cheerleader, chip, chap, chip. No cheerleader,
Cheers
chip.
joined 2 NFL squads. Only 2 are featuring.
Oh, okay.
And the Saints, both good teams. Well,
that grinded things to a halt. Let's talk about your shoes again.
you're not excited about it, B?
So,
Not
I'm here on your podcast.
What have you been doing, Will?
Yeah, interview me.
You've been
Fucking,
busy,
I'm a
dude.
guest.
You've been busy, dude.
Yeah, you've been
Hey,
doing
man,
louder
I've been busy
milk.
doing stuff. Louder milk. Yeah, litter milk.
What do you? Are you that's,
What is
that
it?
show's getting some traction.
What is it,
now.
B?
Well-
Louder milk. It's on the Audience Network, but it's getting traction.
Is it getting traction?
I think so.
So the kids are saying.
They seem to be advertising.
Can we get
for
a
it.
trailer or some shit, Chin?
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, let's see a trailer.
We don't need to see the
see what's
trailer.
going on here.
Shut up,
No,
Will.
fuck that. No, just don't.
Shut up, Will.
No.
Is it milk?
Where do you shoot
Yeah, no.
this at? Where do you
we actually
this
shoot
at?
it in Vancouver.
What was the name of the show?
That's your hometown, dude. How many episodes did you shoot? 13?
No, we just shoot 10 a year. Actually,
Are you done?
yeah, I'm done.
Louder
Our
milk.
season 2 premiere is tonight as we record this.
All right.
Oh, that's why you're here.
No, that's trailer. That's season
I thought
1.
you were here because you're our friend.
So watch season 2.
Yeah,
And it's Rob
No, we don't
Livingston.
need to-
Rob Livingston, right?
You were running a meeting out of
yeah, Ron Livingston.
store or closet.
Well, I'm glad you're here now. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, all right.
Wow, I have chills from that wave of excitement coming at me. Why'd you move?
Me? What about you? You disappeared.
I was just giving you some space.
It's been a month.
Is Pete Davidson in this too, Will?
No,
Different show. Gotcha.
It's over. She's back with that clown, the doctor.
What kind of a woman goes with the man who has the money, the security, the looks, the future, instead of going with the floor cleaner who runs a rehab in a record store closet?
I'm a critic with an impeccable reputation. I'm a published author. I'm somebody. Ish. You gotta learn to
I
let
don't see more Will Sasso. I'm not watching this fucking thing.
Very
Oh,
There he
happy
is.
that I married your ex-wife.
grovel somewhere else, fatty.
Louder Monkey's got nowhere to go.
How do you know where I was?
One of the group guys saw you. You're coming to my meetings. Let's get the band back together and go back to the church.
You slip up just one time.
that guy played my dad on a show in the 90s.
That guy?
Yep, Eric Kingley's dad.
So we're in. Okay, it's important. to be-
Brian Regan.
and
I like
honest
Brian Regan.
in this
He's
group.
funny as fuck in this.
Dude, he's got a dart stuck in his head.
You can't lie to the group, Muggsy.
How deep is that in there?
Do you see? No one can ever hurt.
This is season 2?
Season 2.
You're an asshole.
No, I'm a critic.
You're a critic. Every critic was a failed something.
No more phones in the meeting. You get sober, not famous.
Oh, that's a good quote. Yeah, get that in there.
You haven't written anything in years.
I could if I wanted.
Ron's on another show, right? Where he dies in
where
it,
he
commits suicide, and then
Yeah.
his friends are like, "What happened?"
Yeah, it's like the Big Chill with suicide
Yeah.
or something.
I
Yeah.
am sober. I'm organized. Have you seen my computer?
All right, so everybody tune
Do you
in. There we
like
go.
it?
Louder, Mel.
You like doing it, right?
Yeah, I love doing it. It's Pete Farrelly, and now Bob Farrelly has also joined
Something about Mary.
Yeah, the
Farrelly Brothers?
Farrelly Brothers are behind it. And Bobby Mort is the fellow who created the show. He's
It films in your hometown.
And it films in Vancouver. So Pete was like, the other year when we started it or whatever, he's like, oh, I really want you to do the show. And by the way, this
Ryan
is an
Call's not
incredible
available, so you come do
impersonation of, what did you say?
Ryan Call's not available, so you do it.
Ryan Call's not available. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Loudermilk, it's a good time. And there's some sort of cliffhanger. So
Why is
if
it
you're
called-
watching tonight, I'll spoil it right here. I'm not in the first episode.
Oh well, then don't watch.
Because because I ran off with his ex-wife at the end of the first season.
And then come on back.
So, but watch it anyway.
Do you make out with the actress?
Yes.
Nice.
My good friend Lauren.
Nice.
Lauren Wasser.
I haven't had to do a kissing scene in almost ever.
Well, it's
Really?
Find
Yeah.
the Kid 3D. You made out with that attractive young girl.
I did.
Yeah. You don't remember?
That's right.
Do you
The
never
STD
do?
thing.
That's right. Yes.
Do you
You
never
were
do?
swapping.
You never do like kissing scenes and love scenes?
I don't.
Weird.
My character is so alone in the Goldbergs. He just can't get a date. And now that I'm older, it's
going to be even harder.
going to be even harder.
I'm
not who you.
spin-off.
Nobody
What if
wants
they
to see me fall in love on screen.
I'm
It's
always
the idea.
I'm always doing kissing scenes.
Man, I don't know if that's
I'm
true.
always married, and I did doing them all the fucking time is what I'm doing.
You're doing movies too, right, Will?
And in movies, yes, and in movies, I'm always kissing in the movies.
Yeah, get your hand right in his face.
And sorry, that was a mistake.
Hey, I don't like that.
I didn't mean to do that.
Don't be rude.
No, I was just gesturing, and then.
Hey!
Sorry.
What was the Super Troopers 2?
Super Troopers 2.
Was that
came
the
out.
last movie you
I
did?
didn't
No.
kiss anybody in that. No, I did some movies. I did some movies.
Because I'm always
this year.
asking Brian, I'm like, where the fuck's Will, man? He never hits us up
You're
anymore.
never
He's like,
around.
he's on set. He's doing movies.
You've been gone.
You think
I've
you're
been
better
gone.
than us, bro?
You actually moved out
No,
of
it's the
LA.
vibe he has, right?
No,
Right,
I don't.
me?
No.
You think you're cooler than us?
You should
No.
just rent your place out in fucking
Give it to Brian.
in Los Feliz.
Give your
Look at that
fucking
picture
house to
from,
Brian.
from the year 2000, where I freshly
Is that
lost
Dick
a
Cheney?
bunch of weight. Look at my fucking head. My God, I'm old. Yeah, no, I shot Boss Level with your good pals Frank
can't wait
Grillo
for
and
that
Joe
movie.
Carnahan.
Oh,
And
that's
then,
right.
Worked with Mel Gibson. Carnahan said it's the first movie ever where you're in frame and Mel Gibson is out of frame.
In focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did this shot
Sorry, I'm in
where
focus.
Mel Gibson is like completely out of focus. He goes, yeah. And then he's like, anyway, fucking.
Mel Gibson was singing your praises, by the way.
Oh yeah, well,
Yep.
he was a
Pretty
fucking
cool.
sweetheart. To
In a
work
way, that's
with,
kind of
actually.
that's a good marker in your career when Mel Gibson is talking about how good you are.
That's nice.
It's not
yeah.
a bad thing.
Yeah, he was
No
great.
shit, Mel Gibson. That's what I say to him. You know?
No shit. Mel
No
Gibson.
shit.
I'll tell you, my Mel Gibson and I are in pretty much every scene together, and so they would like sometimes. Did I tell you this? They'd sometimes break us for lunch at the same time. And my favorite thing was one day we just went to lunch early, so we're sitting there talking about whatever, and there was like they were doing like like fucking steak and shit over there, and Joe has a wonderful setup, and so at any rate, cut to us sitting there, and I'm like digging into my steak, and we both eat it the same way, really raw.
Oh.
How raw, dude?
Man. I mean,
Like when you go to
Knock his
steakhouse,
horns
how do
off
you
and
grill
wipe
it?
his
I do it
ass.
Chicago. I want it blue on the inside, charred on the outside. I want it
You want it crispy on the outside,
crispy on the outside.
lukewarm in the middle.
Yeah, it could be even a little,
Cold?
like room.
Oh wow!
Do me
so
room.
it's pretty gushy in the middle.
I want
Like
it to
a
see
sushi.
like a barn fire started and it's 1,000 degrees and a cow runs in there to save her calf
Real quick and get out.
and then gets out and just like is totally raw on the outside but has
Is that
5th degree burns.
No, that's too much for Will. Is
Yeah,
it
that's
called
way
Real Plus?
too- what? I'd eat that. I wouldn't send that one back.
You wouldn't be happy about it.
You mean that
wouldn't
might
be happy though.
You mean that might be a little too cooked?
That's a little too cooked.
You're like
That's getting there. Now we're talking. Now we're getting there.
you're like Tommy Lee Jones in Under Siege, where he's eating
Well, there
raw
you
meat.
go. Over there, maybe.
Oh, no.
That's more my
Really?
style.
You need
that's
more.
Well, that's medium rare.
I like mine rare.
There we are. That looks like I cooked it.
That looks disgusting.
That looks
for me.
exactly like I cooked it.
You take it super raw in the middle.
Yeah.
You and Mel Gibson were the steak that way, so you bonded over it
And he was eating it. He was ripping it apart.
like an animal.
Like just would like rip off a piece because it was so perfectly rare, and we just think, and we'd be talking and think, and so pretty soon I put down my fork and knife, and I'm like,
went
I gotta
hands.
eat it. I gotta eat it. Like
You got the
Mel
okay
Gibson
to
is-
go hands.
Yeah.
I like when everyone goes, fuck it. Like when me and Brian eating sushi, is it the right thing to do? No, but Brian will take his fucking hands and just
Yep.
grab the
whole thing.
The whole thing.
Like a bonbon.
and then
like
you
a
start doing it,
bonbon.
and it's so much easier, isn't it?
Yeah, I just pop it in
And
my
then I
mouth.
started doing it.
That's
Yep.
when you know. That's when you know you're friends with someone, when you can go and
You can do that?
eat at a barbecue place and
And
get
fuck
and get
afterwards.
get it everywhere. What?
What?
What'd you say?
You talking about a little brisket and a dick suck from
I
your
don't know what
friends?
you were talking
Would
about.
you
What were
just-
you saying?
Wait, no, hold on a second.
No, because you said friends.
I was just saying you could get messy while eating, and then you said something
I
else.
said.
You said
No, you said then fuck
you
each
said
other,
fuck.
Brian.
You said and fuck afterwards.
You said it in some,
Yes, but
some
I was
tri-tip and ass play.
I know that's what you.
No,
what
no.
I was saying was
Don't
I was
blame it on him.
I was
Don't blame it on me.
reiterating what did you say?
I said you could. I barely got it out. I said, you can eat with your friends. You
Yeah.
can get messy,
Yeah,
and
heard
then
that.
you can fuck afterwards.
right, and that's
Yeah, but
exactly what you said.
But I was finishing what you're saying.
I did-
We
wasn't
were
gonna
talking about
say
just
that.
having barbecue, then you want to have barbecue and fuck each
No,
other.
because I heard you go and then so I finished the sentence. I
no,
don't
well,
remember.
okay,
No,
all right.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
well, now this is that's
But now
neither
it's not
here nor
about
there.
Mel Gibson and the
That's
way
neither
he
here
eats.
nor
all
there.
right, okay.
And then
The point is, Will, you've been busy.
and then I did some other stuff. Yeah,
It
So-
says Three Stooges.
no, it's
Th-
never gonna
that's
happen.
fake.
That's never going to happen. Yeah.
Do you wish it would happen?
5 years ago.
It's a solid movie.
Right
Oh,
now
it's
you're
fun.
busy.
Well, no, just it's like I mean, I'm 61 years old. I can't be
All right.
expected to do all those stunts and stuff now.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
shot
wow.
that. We shot that movie in 1985.
When you're kids.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Been
That's what it says on our
Been
IMDb.
out of town.
You haven't been around at all, dude.
No, I know. I haven't been here all summer. I've been gone for kind of been gone since the spring.
How long are you in town now, though?
Like a little while. I'm going to go back, I don't know, like 2-3 weeks. I'm going back to Canada a lot.
Why?
I like it there.
Yeah.
Like it
I'm
better
from
than-
there. I'll tell you what, as things get, I've made a
said dicey.
decision in my life recently, and
Coming out right now?
might as well share it here.
Oh boy.
And I think it's a smart thing for me. I've decided.
I knew this was
There's a lot of it's sort of hard to navigate, what's going on in the world, and
Right.
the right seems to be pushing more right, the left seems to be pushing more left.
Sure.
And it's and there's a great deal of the country that are sort of like, in the middle, going, what? I don't get what who's wrong, who's right, who right.
Sure.
And so I've decided that it would be smart for me to become a millennial.
Oh, wow. I didn't think it was going this way.
I'm a millennial now.
How would you do that? Because you're almost 40.
I'm 43,
You're
actually.
43, so that
You've kind of missed the marker there to be.
I was born in 1975.
yeah. So
Yep,
that
you
would
missed
make
the
you a
marker, sir.
millennial,
So,
right?
but I
You feel more like a millennial inside?
I want to be, and I feel like I am, and I feel like I have the right to be.
So how does that translate into behavior?
Well, I just basically sort of, if I'm wrong about shit, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's one thing. You can quiz me on politics right now if you'd like. We could
Did
talk
you know
about.
that Stormy Daniels has to pay all of Trump's legal fees?
Yes, I did know that.
Do you know she's doing porn again?
Oh, I did not
She has
know
to
that.
probably now because she's got to pay all of Trump's legal fees, which is not. I think he had a team. I wonder how much that is. I wonder what that's going. That's.
Oh, by the way,
millions.
let's abandon the
right.
Millions.
Let's abandon.
Well, because she.
I was just going to say, let's abandon the stupid millennial bit. I want to talk about this.
Yes, let's do that. I got you out of it. But
you.
you know what I'm saying? This is fascinating to me because the defamation suit got dismissed, and now she's got to pay. I mean, because she did sign that non-disclosure thing. So now, what is this now?
That's her how much
She was seeking 75 grand.
130,000.
No, that's the money.
No,
that's not his.
We
legal fee.
probably
Just look
don't
up,
know. We probably
Trump's
don't know
legal
what it's
fees.
going to cost.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's gonna
true.
be
That's probably not
expensive.
available on the internet.
Yeah, it's going to be
his
expensive.
whole legal team. I mean, you're talking at least mid six figures.
Sure.
I would assume low seven.
Yes.
Well, it's man, you know the implications of this decision, like any other decision recently, even I mean, we don't need to get into it, but the whole Brett Kavanaugh of it all. There's all these other implications for it, especially in the middle of this Me Too movement and sort of this this rift that's happening between some women and some men. Although I would like to think that everyone is still of sound enough mind to
look at that!
To figure their shit out on their own.
There's the sketch of the guy she says came up to him, but look at that guy.
It's
How about the fact that he called her? How about the fact that he called her horseface?
How about the fact that
he's
guy
the president?
That guy is Theo Vaughn. That's Theo
That's
Vaughn.
Theo Vaughn, but look at that.
That's a slightly
Look at
gassed
this, though.
out, douchey Theo
A sketch
Vaughn.
years later about a non-existent man, a total con job. Paying. Wow.
Hashtag ID the thug.
That's
Wow.
pretty.
What was she thinking?
She's not thinking.
Well, but here's the thing. It's like I don't know. Okay,
Her views on porno went way up.
I bet.
Sure.
She's freaking.
She's probably seeing no
No, a
money
friend
for
told me
that.
that. A friend told me that.
Yeah.
A friend of like a
Yeah.
friend of friend.
She's seeing no
Is that
money
how you
for
found that out? A friend
But
told
when
you,
Michael,
talked to you about
when
porn,
Michael
just openly offered that?
Avenatti, when Michael Avenatti said there's a tape, and all that, and this is a warning shot, it was all bullshit.
Yeah. Well, look, okay, all right, here's what's up. I don't know. Fuck, I shouldn't even. So it's like this, right? Fuck it, I'll bail on it. No, I'll say it. No, it's okay. I don't, whatever. Let's not, I'm not trying to pass judgment on Stormy Daniels or fucking what's his face, the president. But you can't, they hold too much influence. People everywhere are going to look at this decision and then think, oh, okay, well, if a guy is shitty with you, you can't really talk about it. Not that, and that's not the case. She had sex with the president. She wanted to, or Donald Trump, or whatever.
Yes.
It was an arrangement. She thought she was going to get on.
She also got paid $130,000 to shut up about
to
it.
stop
She
talking.
got
Which
paid
those NDAs are garbage. Obviously,
They do nothing.
Well, they do nothing unless you want to jump into court. And now she's in trouble because a signature is a signature.
Yeah.
If you agreed to something, then a court of law is going to say
probably
you agreed to
notarized.
something.
I mean, probably with a witness and all
sure.
that. So.
And he's the kind of guy who will sue. He's sue happy, and that's changing the public. Our societal opinion of how that works. I mean, it used to be very American to sue someone, but now it's getting out of control.
But if you're
My
Trump,
point is this:
you kind of want to sue. If you're like, what the fuck?
He's been doing this forever.
He doesn't
Trump
give a
likes a
shit.
fight.
He
Trump's been
loves
fighting
it.
forever.
He loves
He
it.
scored 2 victories, I feel like. He scored this victory, with this whole Stormy Daniels thing. And then then Elizabeth Warren. How about Elizabeth Warren, who was at Harvard Law School? Thank you. Hold my hand. Elizabeth Warren, who was at Harvard Law School as a woman of color because she was Native American.
But that's not how she got.
This?
That's not how she got her job.
No. But it just cracked me up. She was talking about it.
You know what? And now I'm talking out of my ass a little bit.
She's 164th Native American. The Cherokee
No,
Nation
she's
was
one
like,
1,000th, less than 1,000.
Indian's Indian, gentlemen.
But also
the Cherokee Nation was like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?"
That's true.
That is a white
Fucking
woman.
fraud.
That is a white woman.
The Cherokee Nation, a
No
chief in the
shit.
Cherokee Nation said that a DNA has nothing to do with who a tribe considers a citizen of their tribe, and a DNA would take would assume that someone in South America were the same as a.
She's 1,024, far less than the average American now. She's so full of shit.
Yeah,
You're
she-
not a Native American, and you've been
Wait,
talking
but why
about
was she saying she's Native American? What
she was
the
a
whole
woman
play
of
on
color.
that?
There was something about
She was
her.
saying she was a
There was
woman
something
of color?
about her being, tied to that. And
Wow.
she's so full of shit. That just
I
made
gotta
it
piss
bad.
so hard.
Go piss.
Okay.
Go piss.
Go piss. Piss hard. Out of
You
your-
want my jug? You could just stay here.
That'd be nice.
Nah, your hog isn't fitting in there.
Right. When you're right, you're right.
When you're right. You're right.
Yeah, no, it's a problem because she sort of picked a mountain to stand on, and it didn't make much sense.
Like, shut the fuck up! Like, what? How dare you?
Okay.
First of all, look at you. You're not Native American. The whole point of being like when you talk about being Native American and what you faced or whatever. People do discriminate a lot of times on how you look. She couldn't look more white. She's whiter than anybody in my Italian
That's
family.
true. She's more.
So what the fuck are you talking about?
She's more Dutch than a windmill in
Holland.
something white.
And then a windmill in Holland.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, but here's the thing. And now I'm uneducated here. Why did she say it to begin with? Now,
Native ancestry.
If she just said it for some street cred, then that's a problem.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Because
of course it's a problem. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, because why do you need to
And she talked about it. She's the one that brought it up. He was like, "What?"
She brought it up.
No, you weren't.
Yeah. And just to prove that you're part of a that you can
you would know this.
Hey, Brian,
you know this for a
let me
fact.
get a goddamn word out.
You know this for a
you
fact.
fucking let me say what the fuck I was trying to say.
You go like this
Because if I start a sentence,
because you don't know how to finish your sentence.
No, I'm trying to finish my fucking sentence.
Sorry,
now I'm done.
Sorry. Okay. But correct me if I'm wrong on this statement.
Go ahead.
I ask 100 women in Hollywood, hot girls, what their ethnic origins are. And 99 of them, even if they have super blonde hair and freckles, go, I'm actually Scottish and Native American. They all say Native American because it's something cool to be.
Well, because Native American women are very pretty. There's a lot of
mystique. It's a mystical, magical.
Look, I guess it's kind of crappy to say this out loud, but I kind of feel like, North America in particular is headed in the right direction. You want to talk about in 1,000 years, everyone's just going to be this beautiful, creamy cappuccino mulatto. Yeah. So, when if you do have a woman that is, I don't give a fuck what it is, part something and part something else. As a man, there's a new flavor at Jogenfru's.
Hold on.
And we're like, whoa, you're what? I'm half Dutch, half Japanese. Holy shit. What are you? I'm fucking half Kenyan and half Irish. What the fuck? It's hot.
Here you go. Warren's central offense dates back to the mid-1980s when she first formally notified law school administrators at Harvard that her family tree includes Native Americans. Bobby, here it is. Warren's central offense dates back to the mid-'80s when she first formally notified law school administrators that her family tree includes Native Americans.
We're still on this bitch.
Warren,
she's an Indian?
Hold on. Warren said she grew up with family stories about both grandparents on her mother's side having some Cherokee or Delaware blood.
Yeah. The story was that her father's family did not want her father to marry her mother because her mother had a substantial amount of Cherokee in them. And so there was this idea that it's like, no, you can't be together in this Romeo and Juliet thing. Now that's romantic. And she obviously heard it from her family and she can't assume that her family was lying to her. So she took this all the way to being, to working at Harvard.
Sure. She officially notified them.
And I don't know what school it was, but the administration of one of these schools, I can only assume it was Harvard.
It was Harvard and University of Pennsylvania.
Used her word as her being part Native American to include her in the and I don't know if the term is correct here, but the affirmative action of it all, and sort of that's a quotient of our
why would you formally
of our
notify?
minorities that
Dude,
are.
do you remember that lady in I think it's Seattle or maybe it was Portland where she was part of the NAACP?
Oh, yeah.
She was the head lady.
She was white as
and
shit.
she said she was black, and then a reporter, like just a local news guy, went to interview. He's like, clearly not black.
Well, because her parents.
And then it broke out.
Yeah, her parents were white as shit.
No.
Not Rachel Dolezal.
Yep, that's her.
And she darkens her skin, and she does that with her hair. She's actually
identifies as a black woman now.
She's
and
white.
the documentary
look at her when she's a
on
kid.
Netflix
There she is.
fascinating.
Yeah,
you feel a little sorry for her. She's also a little batshit crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Well, she just wants to be. She wants to be something that she's
crazy.
not. Which brings me back to something that we've abandoned. I'm a millennial.
Oh, God.
Dude,
you say you are.
I'm a millennial now.
Well, if you say it.
I'm sort of.
What's the cutoff for millennial? Am I a millennial? You're sure as fuck not, Chin. Kat, you're a millennial, yeah?
I think so. Either that or Gen X. I don't really know
generation
what the cutoff is.
Z?
Something
Gen
like
Z. Brendan, you might be a millennial.
I don't think so.
I think it's 1982.
Yes,
81.
I'm a millennial.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm a millennial, bro.
Me too, dude.
No, you're
Dude,
not,
no, you're
dude.
not.
75.
Oh, don't try
sorry.
jumping on this, dude.
Sorry, okay. Let's abandon
So
it again.
what's Cat?
1995.
Millennial.
Just at the cusp.
So what are you guys called?
I'm Gen X.
You guys are called Gen X?
Yeah, I'm
We're
Gen
Gen
X.
X. Because we're too extreme. 90s. This is how you do it.
This is how we do it.
Na, 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 na. This is how we sha na 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 na. This is how we do it. It's 1999 and Brian's 50 in 1999.
No, I'm not.
And Will is only 15 years old, and soon they're both gonna be in Hollywood. Brian's much older.
No.
Will is much younger because he's a millennial.
Don't be an ageist,
It
man.
feels so good.
Don't age
In
shame.
my hood, night. Da bang chang, bada dang. This is my favorite line of that whole song. All the gangbangers forgot about the drive-by. What are you
Gotta get
trying
your
to?
groove on.
Why are you trying to make this? It's like no, they're not going to forget about the drive-by.
They forget about the
They just
drive-by.
put down their gun and pick up the cup and throw your hands up. This is how the party say. If kind of brother,
This is how we do it. What a great song. Brian, this is the first time he's ever heard that song.
Never heard in my life. No,
He's never
heard that song?
I've heard.
What a great Montel Jordan.
Montel Jordan.
This is how we do it. It's still the 90s.
Can we not play
Nintendo
that song,
64
too?
and fruit
We can play it.
roll-ups. Lunchables and your backpack.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky.
And Tamagotchis.
The Seinfeld show
This
just started
is
on
how we
TV.
do it. This is
Michael
how
Jordan
we
and
do it.
Tamagotchis.
You want to watch it?
Tamagotchis.
Yeah, hit it for me.
Long
Let's
shorts.
just get in the
Long shorts. Made their
Brian,
introduction.
let us educate your old ass for a second.
I know this song.
93 million views.
Yeah. This is how we do it. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ah.
God, he's so cool.
It's Fighter and the Kid. It's a podcast on the podcast. Brian's shoes are from Super Bowl IV when he was a male cheerleader with the Dallas Cowboys.
It's hard being R&B singing and trying to be tough too, isn't it?
It's easy when you look he was like 6'9". All they said was 6'8" he stood or whatever.
He was that tall?
I've heard this song 10,000 times because I grew up in this period.
Hey, 20,000 dislikes. Who the fuck put dislike on this song?
93 million.
I'm responsible for 15,000 of those. I was just like, nope.
I wonder what he's doing these days.
Yeah, I went to house parties in 1995, so I've heard this song nonstop. Yeah.
Classic, though, really.
So,
remember Jock Jams?
Yes. Hey, all those songs on there.
All the songs from like the stadium. Yeah. Woo!
Bam, 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 bam. Woo! Bam, 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 bam,
Bring
bam,
up
bam.
Jock Jams, Chin.
Jock Jams.
Chin, you know how old do you think Chin is? Will?
We talked about this before, right?
22.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's right.
22 years old.
Exactly how old he is.
Jock Jams. Do you remember any of this stuff, B? Jock
No.
Jams? It was all
Maybe.
from like stadium songs.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to play one?
Sure. Kat, you're way too young for Jock Jams. Like if you're an athlete, you'd listen to it before games or something.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
All
this.
the songs from the stadium.
Yep.
Whoop, there it is.
It's just all in there.
It was all these hits, man.
Jock
I just
Jams.
put in my CD player and go walk into school. It's like you're at the fucking McNichols Arena. Oh, all right, Will. Yeah, guys. Oh, yeah, all right. Just a couple of two gays. There we go. It's a big bear and his little twink. There we go, boys. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, ow. Will's shorts just yelled fun. Oh.
Hey. I get down, bro. Hey, what the fuck?
For the listeners, Will and Brian, they're fighting. They're fighting. Brian's hit him really hard. Really hard. And then Will just lifted him in the air. And he just spiked him down. And Brian hit his heel. Oh, no. Oh, make out with him. Oh, yeah.
I like your shirt.
Out blocked.
Good block.
Thanks, sir.
On the dance tonight. Okay, that was a good dance break. Let's do some current events.
You have some current events?
That's called a dance break. We should do a dance break every time before we do current events from now on.
You're a little out of breath.
Nope, I'm not.
Not me.
This is how we do.
This is how we do.
Which one do you want to start off with?
It's current events now. It's Friday night.
There.
You picked me up really easily, dude.
Cats.
You don't weigh much. This was fucked up.
Yeah, that's
I saw
super
this.
fucked.
This was fucked up.
What happened? Kat, I haven't heard about it.
So this woman, she stood in front of the door of her apartment complex as a man was trying to come back in. This woman just so happened to be white. The man was black, and she wouldn't let him in. Eventually, he got in through the door, and she kept on asking if he lived here. He said yes, he's just trying to get home. And she wouldn't let him through. She followed him into the elevator, asking to see his key fob or his keys or to know what unit he lives in. He didn't want to give her any of that information.
Because she's crazy.
Yeah. Pushed through, went into the elevator, used his key fob to get up to his floor. She realized that she fucked up and then said, I just wanted to say as a neighbor, like, I want to introduce myself. And she started turning it.
Yeah.
She went so far as to follow him to his door,
So
watch him open up his unit, go in. She called the cops and they came 30 minutes later.
And what did she say to the cops?
That she felt uncomfortable.
What the fuck?
That's what the cops came to his place saying, your neighbor feels uncomfortable.
She sounds like an
So what happened to her?
She got fired
She
from her
just got
job
fired from her job.
Well,
because
Look at that dumb bitch.
she's a goof.
this is embarrassing.
This
But
is
he
her-
also...
You want to see a
Let
little
me
bit
see
of
the
it?
video.
Yeah. The video's not long. You should
Oh,
watch the whole
geez.
It's not
thing.
Is it gone
available,
already?
yeah.
Oh, it's on
Well, let me
YouTube.
refresh it.
What a dumbass.
She sounds like a shithead.
She also saw his fob when he was attempting to get in.
She's like, would you steal that? I'm glad she got fired.
I'm sorry. The keypad is right there.
I understand that now.
You can film me. That's fine.
I understand now. But
What the
It's
fuck?
infuriating when you watch it.
You have
What's
to film
wrong
her
with
because she could say he assaulted me,
I
or
know.
she could say anything. This kind of person.
He was smart
That's
to bring
why
his
you.
phone out.
That's why you have to.
That's why you bring your phone out.
Uncomfortable.
okay.
I'm uncomfortable. I'm standing.
He's like, I'm just trying to get home. What
This
the
is what
fuck
you
y'all
got to deal
uncomfortable
with
for?
sometimes as a black dude.
Now,
This
please
is
stop touching me.
I'm not touching you.
You just was.
Brian, what are you, 1024th black?
yes, I am. Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't, that's not.
Roast.
No, that's not a roast.
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 Look at what an asshole this
Roast.
person is.
Brian,
What a
Elizabeth Warren,
fucking-
Callan.
I don't need to tell you that.
That'd be hard not to just slap a bitch. Wouldn't it
I
in
know.
this situation if you're
I know.
him?
But you better record her because she could say some shit
You better
about
not
you to
touch
the
her.
cops, and now you get fired.
I'd be like, you dumb bitch. I live here.
Yeah, I had a woman.
He good for him. Don't.
If you
I had a woman when I was at a dog park screaming at me because of my pit bull,
Yeah.
and telling me, "Get away from me!" and pulling her dogs. I go, "Hey, cuckoo bird, my dog's really friendly.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you." Screaming. I was like, "Jesus Christ."
Yeah, well, two things. That has nothing to do with this, and don't have pit bulls. But
What?
well, I was just saying that has nothing to do with this at all.
You're not
Guys,
black,
racist.
so, yeah.
She called me.
Nothing
You're
alike.
white as the driven snow,
she said,
and
"You
you're in
black
something
guys."
called a dog
Nope.
park.
She goes, "You black
So-
guys, you got black guys in your pit bull," and I was like,
What?
And I was like, well,
Black
just because
guys-
I'm Sicilian, and she knew.
What did she do for her work?
She worked at a realtor office, I believe. She worked managing a apartment complex.
Yeah, you
or
can't have
something.
someone that
She
stupid.
showed herself being an
Yeah.
asshole.
You can't
And
have someone that stupid.
You're just like, I can't.
Well,
I just
life
can't.
is one big litmus test, especially now with things just getting ramped up. And this guy also is. I read somewhere. I don't know if he was keenly aware of it or it was an editorial opinion within the article I was reading, that he was also worried about. There was this situation that happened not too long ago where an undercover cop came to her home, thought she was in her own home.
I know.
Opened the door,
Shot
and
her.
there was a black man in his home, and she shot the
She
fucking
wasn't an
guy.
undercover. She was a regular cop, and she shot him.
Never said she was undercover. And we can go back and listen to that. And, you know.
Didn't you?
Nah, I didn't say that. She was off duty.
You said
she
undercover.
came home, didn't say undercover. No, I didn't.
So she was off duty and then shot
came
him
home.
on accident.
So this guy, so I don't know, again, I don't know if this is something that he said in an interview later. It doesn't matter. It's the truth. This is the sort of shit that people are.
It's crazy.
That people are dealing
Well,
with.
how about-
not you, because you're
When we
more
were at the
Dutch.
dog park,
No,
same
I'm
thing
not
happened to
Dutch.
You're
Brian.
more
No,
Dutch
I'm
than
not
Elizabeth
Dutch.
Warren.
Hey,
Brian had the same thing happen to him at
I'm
the
sorry, I
dog
got a
park.
little.
No, you don't do that on my own show.
saying that-
Hey,
I'm
you
sorry.
don't do that on my own
I'm
show,
just
bro.
trying to make a point.
Keep pushing the mic into my face. It's super disrespectful.
You are very.
Hey, what
you're,
the fuck, bro?
You're more Aryan.
Oh, that's 4 times. I'm Aryan, not a fifth.
You
dude, not a
got.
fifth.
You've got. I bet you've got.
Not a fifth, dude.
Dude.
Don't do
You've
it,
got blonde hair like Stormy
No,
Daniels
I
has on the
don't.
top of her head.
No, I don't.
In your
I'm
anus
stuck.
because you're Dutch. You're fucking Dutch. Turn on the jock jams. Jock jams.
Where's the Jock Jams?
Jock jams.
This reminds me of Mile High Stadium.
Next current event. Next current event.
Holy shit.
It's funny how
Brendan's 15 and just.
Jen, if we get into any more fights, you have to
Your
play.
brother's stealing
just
your
play
fries.
Jock Jams, and it'll get me into the.
Watching Carl
That
Mecklenburg.
dissipates all kinds of aggression.
Done deal. Done deal.
Music just takes all the aggression out of the air.
Amber Rose allows 5-year-old son to curse, but wishes he wouldn't use the N-word.
So Amber Rose came out in an interview saying that she doesn't want her son to say the N-word, which got picked up from Wiz Khalifa, and she would much rather him say fuck. She also goes on to say in the interview that she wants to give him the sex talk as soon as possible and that he will know how babies are made before he knows that Santa isn't real. She wants to be the type of mom that stocks condoms in the house just in case.
Oh, she's
so
going to be
he's
the
ready.
cool mom.
Yeah, like the mean girls
anything
mom.
goes.
Kids know that. Kids already know that. Well, lots of kids know, and for years and years, parents have been saying, this is how, when a mother and a father love each other very much, they get together and they are amorous, and later a baby comes out. That's how.
First we got
That's
a
how
little something.
Brian's. But this is what your white as shit parents would sound like.
Don't say that. My mom is Sicilian, and everybody knows that there's foreplay. I'm going to teach my kids about foreplay. Got to have some foreplay. First.
I remember a good buddy of mine. He was like the first one of my friends to have kids. And so he was like, 22, and he had his first boy. And I remember we were hanging out, and, the boy was like 5 years old or something, and I said the F word. And I'm like, oh, sorry. He goes, oh, I don't give a shit. Everyone's so worried about the fucking F word. It's just fucking language. Who cares? I'm worried about him seeing, and then,
Yep.
violence, this or that. I think that's wise to say, well, don't want you using the N word, but you can say fuck. I don't know how any kid, as a millennial, I'm speaking as a millennial here. I don't know how any kid avoids any of this stuff. I was having a conversation. I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but years and years ago, this guy, he wanted boob. He thought we needed this shot of boobs in the movie. I was like, we don't need that. And it's like, no, well, it's R-rated. I'm like, you're in the past. You're thinking of like movies in the 70s. Kids don't need to see boobs on the internet.
No.
They can see arcing ropes of jizz or boobs in a movie. They can see the craziest
Arcing
shit.
ropes of jizz.
Well, you know that. You're addicted to porn.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do.
And so
I'm warning you, bro.
Kids can
One
see
more
anything.
time.
You think they can't hear the F word?
But
not me. I was naive, and I grew up in Canada, and I thought.
But you just said arcing ropes of jizz, bro.
Yeah, now,
That makes sense, dude.
Don't say that on
because
the
I'm
show.
like 25. Because I'm a millennial.
You're not a millennial. There's research out there though that there's something about you should allow your kids to cuss or be around the ones who shelter their kids with cuss words. There's some research. I don't know what study it was, but you
mean where boys get bored of like they almost get bored of sex, or like
no,
Nope.
not even close.
No.
I'm talking about where if you like shelter your kid with not allowed to cuss, it actually harms them more than it helps them.
Sure. I think that there's a lot that kids should learn on the school ground. I'm not even joking. And then parents should be there to clean it up. Now, you guys have children. I don't. So I'm just going to speak out of my ass. But having said that, I'm only 19 years old because I'm millennial.
Okay. But the only thing is that kids now, they say, which is what's different, is that parents not only are helicopter parents, they call them lawnmower parents.
Oh, now
where-
what's a lawnmower
So a
parent?
lawnmower parent is the parent that gets rid of all obstacles as the kid's going through life.
Yeah.
Talks to the teacher, makes the grades better, does everything for the kid so the kid never really encounters. And more importantly,
And then they get out
kids
into
don't
the
have
world.
kids have literally no unsupervised time nowadays because everybody's afraid they're kidnapping and everything else. So back in the day, kids kind of had to figure things out, including bullies. They kind of had to figure out, I'm getting bullied, but I got to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Now it is we've created sort of a lot of parents have created this sort of lawnmower effect, and it's not good for the kids.
The
It's not
nest
good for their-
effect.
Yeah, it's not good for their development.
Did I ever tell you
They're
the
not
story
solving
about
problems on their own?
Ever
Makes
tell you the
sense.
story about my older brother when some kids came to the door?
No.
So I got into a bit of a tussle in elementary school, and after school, these kids come to the door. Like 4 or 5 kids. We're here, and they knock on the door. My older brother answers the door.
Is he a big guy too?
Nah, no, he was
Normal.
especially then. He was
Okay.
a svelte
Okay.
soccer player, and he goes. They go, we're here for William, and he goes, and he could tell that they were like some salty kids, and he went, oh, okay, hold on a second. He went, William, your friends are here, and I went outside, and he shut the door behind me and locked it.
Wow.
And then I beat the fuck out of all 5 of those
All right,
kids.
well.
Then,
No, seriously, what happened, Will?
I think we had a chat with the kids. We didn't fight. But they just went,
That'd
we
been
went like
funny.
that. But I was
And
like
I beat the
shitting my
shit
pants.
out of all 4 of them in
Yeah,
front of my
they woke
friends.
up in my fucking hedges with broken jaws, every single one of them.
I put 2
and I
full
went to
Coke cans.
juvie.
What's wrong with your fucking brother,
I don't
man?
know. He leads by example. He wants to. There's a Quan to the world, and he wants me to go through the, because I was a millennial, and he's like, here's how I'm gonna.
Here's how we
Are
do
you
it.
and your brother close now?
Yeah, the family's all close. Everyone's great. Anyway, what's going on now?
What else you got?
Oh, there's a reason right here.
What?
Right here. For kids to cuss, so they only have so many tools to express when they're angry or frustrated, so they'll either scream, kick, or bite, hold their breath.
Yeah.
When you cuss, they stop doing that. So if you let them cuss, there's a way to express
I'll tell you what.
through words.
When I was another
They gotta know
tale from
when
my
to use
youth,
it.
because I grew up actually Italian. I'm 100% Italian.
Wow.
Unlike
I've seen the videos on your Instagram with your mom. and
with my
stuff.
mom.
the
She
north
still
and
has
shit.
an. No, we're not. We're from Napoli, from southern Italy.
I don't know about that.
And the old man, I got my older brother, my older sister. The old man used to make wine, and there was always actually me and my sister were watching some old like 8mm films. Every single birthday of my brother and sister in the late 60s through the 70s, there was a bottle of Johnny Walker Red on the birthday table, like somewhere near the cake. It was very funny, year after year. Booze became demystified to me because if I wanted some wine, my dad made wine.
There's
I could
always
pour a
there.
little in my ginger
Yeah,
ale.
there's no
Yeah.
no
The French are
mystery
that
to
way.
it.
The Italians are that
Yeah,
way.
it's very European, which you wouldn't understand unless you're in fucking Holland
Hey,
because
dude,
you're
I'm
Dutch.
not. Don't say I'm Dutch. You're gonna make me mad again.
What else you
What's
guys got?
you know what booze? You know what you drink?
What?
You know what your drink of choice is?
Be careful.
Dick.
Be careful.
I'm going to tell you right
I
now
know,
what you're.
be careful.
I'm just saying. You
'Cause now I'm at the
enjoy a
end.
beverage.
Yeah. Now I'm at the end of my rope, and I don't know if he's gonna play. Junction.
You like a beer stein
Yeah.
full of.
Watch it, bro. Because I'm telling you right now.
Get
I'm
ready for
telling you
Jock
right now.
Jams. Yep.
I'm telling you right now. Watch
Okay,
it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Saying what you prefer to drink.
Yeah. Watch it.
A beer stein
Okay.
full of hollandaise sauce over ice made of deer blood because you are white as shit.
Fucking bullshit.
No, Jock Jams are on. Whoop, there it is.
So lucky.
Don't push the mic in my
Sorry, I'm
face.
sorry
All
that
right.
things move.
All right.
What else you guys got?
There you go.
So this 28-year-old man went from Florida to Chicago to find his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. He hit him over the head with a tire iron and then proceeded to carve his name into the new boyfriend's thigh, cut off his dick, and threw it over the fence.
Jesus. Did the guy die?
No, luckily a passerby found him, called the police as well, the ambulance, and he is alive. However, he does have permanent brain damage. now.
Brain damage because
Yeah.
of
The tire iron, yeah.
And no longer a
And
dick.
no dick.
the. Wait, they weren't able to put his penis back on?
They don't put it
We
there,
have no
which sucks.
update. The one thing I wanted to
That's the
know.
only thing that could have
They
made
threw it
this.
over
doesn't
a
work
fence.
that way.
It doesn't work.
It does work that way. Wayne Bobbitt.
Oh yeah, out of the car
No, they
window.
used his thumb.
They used his thumb. Okay. And they put his thumb on
God,
his
that's
dick,
fucking
and
terrible.
then they built a reservoir for
That's horrible.
semen
You're
and
walking
urine.
down the street and somebody hits you over the head and cuts your dick off just because you were
Well,
dating
that guy should, and I, being
He's
someone
evil.
who's from Canada, this is what we do in Canada, and I don't know if there's been much ballyhoo made of this, or if people know, we do have capital punishment. We do have the death penalty.
You gotta
And
go
Brian,
kill
I know
that
you'd
guy.
like this.
Yeah.
It's called the polar bear death penalty.
What is that?
It's where we take you in a single engine plane over to Canada's Arctic.
Yeah.
And we chum the ice with some seal.
Yep.
Just some seal bits.
Yep.
And then we leave you there.
Yeah, and put you
That
out there.
sounds nice.
Put you out there but you're warm so that you're going to stay alive for a little while.
Oh yeah, they
But
give
then-
give you all sorts of.
Big White shows up.
The old
And he sees you. Big White shows up and sees you.
Yeah.
game
And
over.
pads out to your iceberg, which has
Yeah.
happened before,
Yeah.
and takes you to the other iceberg and eats you up.
Yeah, and I know that Brian and Brendan, I know not only have you seen this footage, we've probably watched it several times right here, where the polar bear pulls a 800-pound walrus out of the water with his jaws and turns him into something akin to that actor with the mountain on the Game of Thrones.
that's
Correct.
And that's what this guy deserves. He deserves to be eaten slowly, dick first, by a polar bear.
Jesus Christ.
He is
What else
currently
you got?
on bond for $1 million.
Never getting out. He's fucked.
I've got it. I will pay his bond. He's a good American.
Why?
Jesus Christ.
Because he's a fine American.
Why?
Because his horseface girlfriend had sex with another man, and that is something that he's
All right.
opposed to. And
And what else?
Next
you got?
is a current event.
He's just going to bail on bits. I'm Millennial. No.
So there are some cities that are enforcing a trick or treat age limit, which is 12.
Yeah, because teenagers
mhm.
they wear masks and do some shit.
hmm There are quite a few
like
cities
that.
who have this already in place, but nobody ever enforces
Does
it.
LA have it in place?
I don't think LA has it in place, but this specific article cites that there are certain residents in certain neighborhoods that feel uncomfortable when a 6-foot tall kid comes
Agree.
trick or treating. But I mean, where I'm
Yeah.
from, that's like a 13-year-old Samoan kid.
Maybe.
That's true. That's true. But there's also kids don't carry ID.
Mhm.
Yeah, what are you doing?
So how are you
Did
going
you
to
go to
enforce
school
it?
with a lot of Samoans?
Yeah, a lot of
say-
Samoans.
I'm sorry. Don't
Samoans
say
and Tongans.
Samoans.
It's just that I have friends from that. I'm a Samoa enthusiast, and
Well, that you are, but don't say
so
Samoa.
you knew a lot of Samoan.
I'm not giving grown kids my candy. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here. This is for the kids. What are you doing? Go buy yourself a fucking Snickers bar. How old are you? There's no way.
I'm giving out sandwiches.
And anyone
I'm
who
giving out
violates
apples.
this, I guess, I don't know if it's necessarily a law or a policy, but can be fined up to $100 or time in prison.
Jesus
Or
Christ.
they will have to
Jeez.
pay the legal fees.
Of Stormy
Horseface.
Daniels.
Oh, jail, not prison.
Because
Prison's
they
a little
talked
hardcore.
about
That's
my
good.
mushroom dick.
But if they're younger,
Your
then they're
move time.
juveniles. So, all right, what else you got?
Speaking of Harvard, I think you guys have talked about it here, or maybe Joe
yeah.
Rogan's talked about it, but the lawsuit against Harvard for discrimination against Asian Americans was filed yesterday.
They did the same thing with Jews in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Because
How many
they're
Jews
scoring
getting in?
so high that all Harvard's becoming all Asians, right?
No, there are barely any Asians in Harvard.
They weren't letting them in.
They weren't letting them in, and the reasons why they said it was that they added a new criteria to the application process, which is a 1-hour interview based off of your personality.
Yes.
So they're keeping people out based off of personality points.
But they're just
They're also
using
going to
that
make the
not to
yeah,
be
argument.
racist.
that's their excuse
Harvard
for
will
it.
Asians
also
are
make the
boring, though.
argument.
I'm just kidding.
No, but
Just kidding,
But
guys.
to be Asian American, you had to score, I think, somewhere like 450 points higher than a black applicant. to
Yeah,
get
we
it.
don't get help from affirmative action.
Damn,
it
that's crazy.
It goes against us.
Yeah.
There are 45 million ethnic Chinese, just as an example, worldwide, and they have done very well, but they have not had an easy time of it. They just
Got a
haven't.
personal rating score. So basically, they're just coming in and be like, all right, you're Asian, you're not getting in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Courage and likability, all that stuff. They
UCLA
did the
don't
same
have
thing
that
with Jews.
problem. You walk
UCLA
around there,
does
it's
not
university,
have a-
lots of Asians.
Yes.
They're killing it over there.
Because it's a culture that
They're doing
puts
well.
education at a fucking premium no matter what. How many Asians do you know, especially ethnic Chinese, who play an instrument fluently,
Zero.
get straight A's
Zero,
and all
Brian.
that?
I know zero.
They
You
all
know
do.
some?
Yes. That's a fact. That's a fact. You play the violin or the piano fluently and you'll get straight A's. Work ethic is everything.
What else?
I've
you
read
got?
a book about it.
Learn a classical instrument.
Do it.
Well, Harvard
Get into
also puts Harvard puts a lot of and they just did a study on this. A lot of emphasis on sports. If you're a good athlete, you're way more likely to get in than somebody who has better grades.
Yeah,
on
like
top of
that
having good
Harvard
grades.
football team. Those
They're
guys
studs.
are always
So many of them go to the NFL.
Yeah, and the
Guys-
Harvard basketball team is always in the final
Guys,
four.
don't mock my point. All right, man.
All right.
Next current event.
All right.
You're so lucky. Oh.
Do you know Cornerstone Caroline?
I'm glad I was about to bring this up. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, this asshole.
It's an older white lady who was at a liquor store,
sucks.
and then some little black kid walked past her. She accused him of actually grabbing her ass, and she called the police.
At least she
instead
at
of
least she-
9-year-old.
His backpack bumped her. Then
Yeah.
she goes off him. He's crying.
Yeah.
Then she had to apologize.
She did apologize.
With the amount of hate these people get when they make these mistakes, they get fired from their jobs. They can't come outside. Like, it's bad.
Which is also not helpful, right? I mean, you're allowed. You're allowed.
Well,
to make a
for some
mistake
of them,
and
it's
say sorry.
for some of it's justified.
Yes, but you're allowed to say sorry. And I think a lot of times in life, if you fuck up and you say sorry, let's just leave it at that.
Oh, I disagree.
Like why?
Like
What else do you
sometimes
want?
I think they need to learn. Like the lady who called the cop on the little girl selling waters, the black girl.
Yeah, some people are assholes, and there's
So
no
if she
doubt.
so after she's like, my bad.
No,
sorry.
but it depends. What do you want? Do you want her to never be able to earn a living again? I mean, some of this stuff is too.
No, but that'd be some real.
Look, some people deserve a second chance. Some people deserve the polar penalty.
Correct.
Polar
Will.
bear penalty.
Yeah.
And that's the scale. It's from sorry to your guts
Yes.
frozen
And
against
there's
an
somewhere in
iceberg.
between, yeah.
Somewhere in
Well,
between.
I'm sure now she's okay, but that other lady, like, who called the cops on the little girl
She
selling
got-
water.
she got some
oh,
shit.
dude.
I
She's
think
gonna leave the
that
house for a while.
I think that there's
That's appropriate in some ways.
You know,
If
there's
you're
a
that
lot-
much of an asshole.
Yeah.
There's a lot of I mean, obviously, there's a lot of
racist?
crazy shit going on nowadays, and I think that all of this can be couched under one tenet, one way of being.
Yeah.
And I know, and I'll bring it
Wrap
back
this
to what
up.
we were talking
Wrap this
about
up.
earlier.
Yeah, wrap us up.
Wrap up what I'm saying right
Just
now.
wrap up the
Just
whole.
wrap up the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think what you could say in general to get through life, and I say this as a millennial and Canadian. I'm also an American citizen, so I believe I'm able to say
Checking a
it
lot
here.
of boxes.
Which
Will.
I don't- which I
And
think you're part
I check
Native
a lot of
American.
boxes. I'm also
Yeah.
1,024th
Yep.
Native American, and I think you could couch this all again by with this guideline: don't be a cunt. And I'd like to announce here that myself, Brendan and Bryan will be running for the first time ever as a triad for the governor of California.
Correct.
And
right.
as three dudes,
We're excited about it.
And and that's going to be our campaign slogan: "Don't be a cunt."
And it's going to be called Three Whites, who are for you though. Who are
Three
also,
whites
Three
for
whites
you.
who are
also
for
for you.
everyone. For everyone.
Three whites who are also
Three
for
whites
you guys.
who are
everyone.
also for
Who
you.
are also for you.
And the also would connote they're of course for the whites.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very white guys.
Yeah.
Except for me, because I'm actually 100% Italian.
That's to
I'm
be.
actually- I'm
I've never seen
100%.
an Italian as big as you are, bro.
Check
You're
out
a-
my cousins. Go see my cousins Ciro and Claudio. Some
of the women in your family tree took themselves a little R&R in Samoa and came back full of Samoan seed, because I happen to know a little something about the Sasso women. And that is that they can't get enough strange when they're in fucking Samoa.
That's it. Hit the fucking
Bonga.
jock jam.
Hit it, bro.
All right! Hey! Sign us out, Brendan.
All righty then. This is the Finally Kid with Sasso. We're out.
Perfect timing.
Hey now.
For the body.
Oh, man.
Well, that's what I call fun. Oh, Jesus. It's fun to stay at the YMCA.